Hello, everybody. It's a beautiful day here in sunny Florida, a little bit breezy, and the temperature is perfect. And I hope that if you're listening up north, you're not freezing your nookies off and you're having a good day as well. It should be spring up there. It's April, and we are enjoying our 2 weeks of spring before we get into the hot part of the summer. So this little short video is designed to answer the question of how can I prepare for surgery? So I used to be a surgeon. Now I do good medicine, which surgery is good medicine when it's done correctly and appropriately. So I have no argument if you've decided to do surgery, whether for elective reasons, you want to puff yourself up a little, that would be kind of nice. Um, or you have some medical issue that can only be addressed by removing some piece of yourself. So whether it's a lipoma under your skin, or it's a gallbladder removal, or a uterus removal, or even cataract surgery, it would be wise for you to take your health in your hands and start prepping your body at least a week and preferably a month before your surgery happens. So, clean, of course, organic food in a variety, fruits and vegetables. Eat as many different foods as you can. Try things you've never tried before. If somebody in the world likes it, maybe you will too. And by doing that, you expose your body, you offer your body various nutrients. And we need 90 different nutrients to function correctly. So if you're eating the same foods every day, get over that and expand your horizons and eat more different foods. So, all that having been said, you want to drink plenty of clean water. Clean water meaning usually bottled water or filtered water. Not many of us live near mountain springs, but you can buy that. And I do recommend that over tap water. Tap water can have all kinds of contaminants in it, as you well know. And then what vitamins should I take? Well, I've tried to make it easy. So let's talk about the A, B, C, and D. Vitamin A is supportive of the surfaces of the body. So that means the skin, of course. It's very good for blemishes and acne in higher doses. And it protects the mucous membrane linings of your body, the mouth, the gut, the nether regions, anything that is covered with mucus and absorbs well. So I recommend vitamin A, at least 10,000 international units a day, perhaps 20 for the buildup to surgery. That's not going to be toxic for this length of time. And in fact, it would be really hard to toxify yourself with vitamin A unless you took maybe 50,000 units for a year. So you don't need to worry about that. So you're priming your immune system as far as the gut surfaces, and that would be vitamin A. You can also eat a ton of carrots, but you will turn orange if you do that. People do get orange palms if they drink carrot juice every day. So nothing wrong with that, but if you don't like being an orangutan, don't do that. So then the B represents the B complex vitamins. So B vitamins are a family and they like to work together. So we've got B1, which is thiamine. If you're a drinker, you really need extra thiamine. It's good for your brain, and you should take extra every single day. So 50 to 100 milligrams is a solid dose of thiamine. If you're really a heavy drinker, you probably will need a lot more than that, but that's beyond the scope of this discussion. So 50 or 100 milligrams of B1. B2 is riboflavin, and that would be dosed the same, 50 to 100 milligrams. Vitamin B3 is niacin. Niacin is very important for generating energy in the body. It feeds the mitochondria. If you take a lot of niacin, you will get a flush, which can be pretty uncomfortable. It feels like a hot flash. It starts down low and it comes up, and then your ears can flame red. It is not dangerous. It will not hurt you. And it will be a way to know that your niacin is getting in. But again, 50 to 100 milligrams of niacin shouldn't do too much of that. So we've got the first three: B5, B6, folic acid or folate, and vitamin B12 are the remaining vitamins there. The one I want to mention especially is B12, because as we get older, it becomes harder to absorb vitamin B12 if you swallow it. Swallowed B12, including the B12 in meat, has to be married with a protein that's made in the stomach called intrinsic factor. When you stop making intrinsic factor, you stop absorbing B12, and you can get what's called pernicious anemia. So pernicious anemia is a serious form of anemia. Most people don't go that far, but they can become somewhat anemic if the B12 is not being absorbed. So get a separate B12 as a liquid or a sublingual tablet and put it under your tongue every day. If you choose to do B12 injections, that would be 1 milligram once a week. Some people do 5 milligrams. Again, B12 is far from dangerous. My mentor, Dr. Jonathan Wright, used to say, the only way you can hurt yourself with B12 is to fill a bathtub with it and drown in it. So vitamins are generally recognized as safe and can be taken in much higher doses than the so-called RDA, or ridiculous dietary advice, which is simply designed to keep you from developing deficiency symptoms. So we can talk about that with the next vitamin, which is vitamin C. Interestingly, humans, guinea pigs, and certain types of salmon are the only animals that cannot make their own vitamin C. We humans have 3 of the 4 enzymes that are required for making it. Somehow we lost the need for it. I guess our ape ancestors ate an awful lot of fruit and so got their vitamin C that way and lost the ability to make it. So again, you need to take extra vitamin C. So if 1,000 milligrams is a good dose for an average day, remember you're building up to a very not average day where your body's going to be terribly stressed and required to meet the challenge. So I would start with a bottle of water, about 32 ounces, which disappears when I hold it up to this background, but something like that, and put between 2 and 4 grams of powdered vitamin C, or open the capsules and just dump them in. And then sip on that. So if you were to take 2 to 4 grams of vitamin C by mouth, your gut would be irritated and you would have diarrhea 1 or 2 episodes before it clears out, but nothing worse will happen. Vitamin C is also extremely safe. So if you take it sip by sip during the day, you can get in much more. And perhaps you can get up to maybe 6 to 8 grams a day. It's important before, but it's even more important after the surgery. So remember that. Take your vitamin C every day. It helps build collagen, and all the collagen that you take for your hair and your skin and your nails will be better utilized along with that vitamin C. So it's a fine antioxidant. It keeps down inflammation, and it facilitates removal of toxins from the body. So vitamin D is the last one that I put on the list so as not to overwhelm people, but get a form of D that also includes vitamin K. So your D should be 5,000 international units a day for maintenance and for the average sized adult. Some people need more, some people need less, but again, it is far from toxic. You would have to take an equivalent of like 50,000 IUs for a year before you started to ding your liver. So again, don't be afraid of that. 5,000 units of vitamin D is equivalent to me with my skin color, which is kind of olive and I'm sun tolerant, of 20 minutes in the sun in a bathing suit, no sunscreen. Please don't use chemical sunscreens. If you want to use sunscreen, use zinc or titanium oxide. Or better still, wear a hat, wear a shirt, take your 20 minutes, and then get dressed or get under an umbrella. You know your skin, you know your dose, don't overdo. But low vitamin D is one of the major problems with poor immune function and ultimately cancer. So please have your doctor check your vitamin D and then dose accordingly. So vitamin K taken with D will help to manage your calcium and will really help your blood to clot appropriately. Not too much, not too little. We always want Goldilocks to be happy. So I hope you've benefited from this short little talk, and I will see you again post-op, and we'll talk about that. Thank you.